Hello? Yeah? Dad, I've been busy. I haven't had... I know, yeah. I went out for a bit. I'm sorry I didn't call you back sooner. No. Still no plans for another book. I don't know. I don't enjoy it like I used to. Sure. Maybe after a break. What's Mum doing?
Well, that doctor has her on too many meds.
She needs to... I know. I can't, I got plans. Dad, I need to say something important. No, don't wake her up. Dad, listen. I wanted to tell you and Mum that I'm sorry. For a lot of stuff. Dad, I don't know, I just needed to say it. You know I love you guys, right? Just, yeah. I'll do that. Bye, Dad.
Would you mind terribly if I interrupted you for a moment?
Who the fuck said that?
No, you turned that off, remember? You didn't want anyone to interrupt the moment. I would apologize.
Who the fuck are you?
I could very well ask you the same thing, but I'd rather know why you've made this decision.
Decision? What decision?
You know.
Oh God. Did I do it? Are you God or something?
No, nothing like that. Well, maybe. I guess it depends on your viewpoint. Look, if we get too philosophical at the start, we might risk derailing this entire conversation before we've even left the station. There's a phrase for that. What's it called again?
Putting the horse before the cart?
That's the one, thank you. Have a seat back down on the couch. I don't know how long this will last, so might as well get comfortable. Just for now. Would you mind? Thank you. There's no need to add any unnecessary tension to this.
Am I dead? Is this purgatory?
No, of course not. The world is still out there. Can't you hear it?
I guess you could say I was preoccupied.
Then what the fuck is going on here?
Listen, we've got a lot of ground to cover, so let's ease up on the swearing. Not saying you can't. Swearing can be an effective and powerful tool, but let's save it for when we really need it, though.
So...
And to answer your next question, no, you are not crazy. You certainly have some issues. Crazy is a damning word, isn't it?
How do you mean?
Well, look at the impact of the word as a label versus how casually it's thrown around. Once you believe something is wrong with you, once you believe in anything, it becomes true, even when it isn't. And that's what started all this, right?
Okay, I'm asleep. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it.
When did you first start hating yourself? We'll start there.
Whatever this is, I don't want to do it. Can you please vacate my head?
People often don't realize that they are rarely where they want to be, but are always where they need to be.
That doesn't make sense. What if someone is too late to comforting a loved one on their deathbed, or a kid is kidnapped because their parents are 5 minutes late to picking them up at school, or...
I'd like to remind you of that horse-cart situation.
If we're going to do this, we're going to unpack everything from the cart, so I know where we're going. You're suggesting that fate isn't a probability, it's a fact.
That's a gross oversimplification.
Oh, isn't everything?
I'm suggesting fate plays a heavy role in choice, and vice versa.
I saw the Matrix movies too, you know.
I'm sorry, the what?
Doesn't matter.
If fate has something to do with this, then maybe I'm supposed to kill myself.
Absolutely.
Then you're wasting your time.
Yes and no. It depends on which fate you choose.
Now I'm more confused than when I started hearing voices.
Voices? Has someone visited you already about all this?
No, I just...
Listen.
There's not much choice, is there?
Like you, I am, at the moment, where I should be. Serving out a purpose. Whatever that purpose is for us, whatever that next place we should be going to, we need each other to help figure it out. You can look through your baggage on the way, but you can't unpack it until you get to where the cart is taking you.
You sound like her.
We'll get to her in due time. I think it will help us now to start at the underlying issue. Allow me to steer this cart, take this conversation where I need it to go. If you still feel no different at the end than when you came home, I'll leave you to do what you believe you must.
You serious? You won't stop me?
Promise. Besides, I can't. I'm just a voice. You think chopsticks are hard to use? Try it without existing in a physical state.
All right. What was your question again?
Do you remember when you started to hate yourself?
hating oneself doesn't necessarily have to be associated with suicide. Couldn't I just have discovered that I lacked the capacity?
Fair point. Capacity for what, though?
Hurt. Are you familiar with At the Drive-In?
Can't say that I am.
They have this song where they talk about having a heart too heavy to hold. And until I heard that song when I was a teen, I never really understood how I felt until I heard that song.
So you feel the burden of your own heart?
No, I feel the burdens others have to carry for me. You know, a bit egotistical, I know, but I feel sorry for people being around my broken heart.
Would you say that's when you noticed the weight, your teenage years?
I never noticed until people started pointing it out to me. I remember my childhood being happy. I read comics, played Nintendo, ran around the garden in the Batman cape. But I also remember my childhood being lonely. And my dad was a construction worker, built bridges, and he was always away. And my mum, she had to work nights as a cleaning lady to make more money for us. And then during the day, she had to be a mum too. I think from when she was young, she had to look after her brother and sister. She's always been looking after kids, like since she was 5. And yeah, I don't think she had an honest day's rest until I left home.
You not have friends as a child?
Eventually. I had a few, actually. I remember one of them was obsessed with Gizmo Duck. I'd join him in the playground and I'd pretend to be Darkwing Duck.
Are those cartoon characters?
Yeah. Darkwing Duck is like the Disney equivalent of Batman, and Gizmo Duck is like the Disney equivalent of Iron Man. He had this robotic suit that whenever he said blathering blatherskites would come to him automatically. I still don't know what it means, and I always meant to look it up.
It's a person who talks too much.
That makes sense, I suppose. Except it doesn't. Like, not knowing something as a kid never stopped our imagination.
Keen observation. Despite the isolation, you had a happy childhood then?
Well, no. When you live in seclusion, in a small town no less, you can go about living with depression and thinking it's normal until it starts affecting the people around you. So, while I think of cartoon ducks and plumbers fighting turtles, there's a heaviness to it. But it's special to me, because it's the most comfortable I've ever been.
Comfortable?
My parents always felt walled off because they were always trying to make ends meet, and all the while trying to keep their relationship going. And you'd think that living in a small town, it'd be easy to have friends over, but truth was our houses were so far apart that we never really saw each other outside of school. And friendships were almost exclusive to recess or bus trips on the way home. So I spent most of my days just playing alone. It got to the point that I only felt comfortable being alone, and that I could only find out who I was by defining myself.
Well, that is the only person who can and should be defining who you ultimately are, correct?
Isn't it Socrates that said that the unexamined life isn't worth living? When I was around my family, I used to show them some drawing or toy or stick or whatever I thought warranted their attention. But they weren't always there to be my friend. And I enjoyed being by myself. I liked it. I knew what to expect. You know, it only hurt one way. I couldn't get rejected. And yet, somehow, I still try and show people who I am with the things I do, hoping that somehow I'll be able to make a connection.
You think having expectations of people contributed to your own estimations of your self-worth?
You still think that after everything I've said, it's still because of how I think about myself?
I don't mean to point out the .22 caliber elephant in the room, but like I said before, once you believe in something...
It's true.
Okay, fine. I admit it. I'm not what you would call my biggest fan.
Who would you say is?
Doesn't matter, she's gone.
You want to talk about her now?
Don't know if I can.
Let's try. Was she someone you met in high school?
No. I never had much luck with girls at school. I was interested. I tried a few times. Whenever I accumulated enough bravery to...
Ask in between failures.
But I must have built my base in the friend zone though. When I graduated, that feeling of, oh, eventually it will happen to me, well, it faded. And by the time I was 20, I was still living at home. Felt lost. Fell back on old habits and isolated myself. Depression is comfortable.
It's like a blanket you never get warmer under.
I put love out of my mind. I had to. Or else I wouldn't have lasted as long as I did before.
The first attempt.
I honestly don't see where any of this is going, or
What your ultimate objective is.
I'm just getting more and more sure that I'm making the right decision.
That is not my intention.
Then what is your intention?
For the sake of transparency, I don't know where this cart is going either. I know where I'd like it to go. I know what's happening now seems unbearable, frightening even. But hear me when I say we don't have a choice but to push through the darkness to get back to the light. It's midnight in your mind. The sun is going to come back.
Our analogies are getting out of hand.
All I want is to keep you company as long as I can and hope the dawn reaches you in the meantime.
You mean to keep me distracted, don't you? That's all anything feels like nowadays, just one giant fucking distraction from the truth.
And what truth is that?
That there isn't a reason for any of this, that eventually we'll perish into meaninglessness. It could be a year, it could be 2 minutes. It doesn't matter. Eventually we'll all be forgotten.
If that's indeed true, then what kept you here this long? Or rather, when did you find her?
She found me.
Tell me about it.
I got this friend request on my drafty social media from someone I didn't recognize. I almost ignored it.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. Normally I would have put it down to spam or someone trying to play a joke on me. But I left the request unchecked for days. I like the feeling of someone new. Or someone I could be new to. So I took a chance. It was as simple as that. But if I hadn't, then...
And then you wouldn't be in so much pain right now, correct?
It wasn't all pain.
If you knew then what you know now, would you still have accepted her request for friendship?
I may not want to live, but I especially don't want to live in a world where I don't know her. Or where she doesn't know me. Even if I underestimated how heavy my heart would be for her to hold. This is the only world where I feel like I actually exist. Then I worry about hurting her any further by continuing.
So what happened? I mean, after the friend request.
Turns out she saw me at the Kids in the Hall forum. And we got talking. Online chats started getting more frequent. And even went into the early hours of the morning. And before I knew it, I was falling in love with her. I go from quoting Kids in the Hall to wishing Gleeman X was a real thing.
I'm afraid I don't know what that is exactly.
Oh, brain candy.
Still not getting it. I'm incorporeal. I'm not up to date on everything. I mean, you'd figure it would be the other way around. But
Brain Candy was the Kids in the Hall movie about a cure for depression, which ended up putting people into a coma, locked in their happiest memory. I feel like that would be a mutually beneficial solution to this conversation, to be honest.
if that were the case, what would that be then? Your happiest moment?
I noticed that she lived nearby on her profile. I pointed it out to her, but she said that she hadn't noticed before she put the request in. Turns out she fibbed a little. But don't we all? At least I didn't get catfished.
And that is?
It doesn't matter. All that matters is that she was real and that she wanted to know me. It was like she knew that I was going to fall in love with her. Like I wished her into existence. And by the time we built up enough courage to meet in real life, you know, we decided on my parents' house because I didn't have a car back then. I still don't, actually. And I thought it would end there and then, but she told me what car to look out for, and then a couple of hours later, there was her car. On my street. My street. And then she promptly drove past my house. And not 10 seconds later, she called me. I heard her voice for the first time.
I think I just drove by your house.
The first words she spoke to me were the most unimaginative, mundane words anyone could think of. But they're burned into my mind because she's the one that said them. Like God's words to Moses. I chiseled them in stone.
I'm assuming she came back around.
She did. Doofus. And I was there waiting for her on the lawn when she got there. She was so fucking shy. It was so precious. I didn't even realize I had my hands stretched out for her. And this tiny thing, she throws her arms out and she hugs me.
And immediately I think I'm holding the hug for too long. And then she pulls me in.
I don't know how long we stood there. But it felt like everything that had happened for that moment. All the suffering, doubt, the excruciating waiting, all happened for us to be there in that moment. A switch went off inside me. Like a sensor that recognized love. Unconditional love.
You never felt love from your family or friends?
No, of course I did. I didn't mean it in that way. I realized then in that moment that I was only ever half a person trying to live a whole life. And only the other half of yourself can complete you as a mechanism.
Wait, so your happiest moment with her was the first one?
Yes and no. I say that because the momentum of the first hug just kept building, like a snowball became an avalanche. First kiss.
The first time we made love.
You took my virginity, you know. I know you didn't ask,
I sure didn't, but continue. The story, I mean, please don't regale me with details of your sexual escapades.
I would never. I'm a gentleman. It wasn't long before we made it official. Moved into a place together. I finally wasn't living with my parents anymore. I was an adult in a happy relationship. At least that's what I thought for 11 years.
When did you realize you weren't?
I think I realized when I proposed to her. Everything went to shit so quick and she was having such a terrible day and it spilled over into my plans. And the odd thing is I asked God to give me a sign if, I shouldn't go on with it. And then we got a flat tire on the way to the place I'd picked out. And then her ex had to help us after we'd been stranded for a few hours.
Oh no. So you never proposed?
That's the thing, I did. I said, fuck the God noise, I know what's best for me and it's her. We got home and I proposed to her while she was still coming down from the stress.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. But for the risk of looking stupid, I just wanted to make her smile. And I wanted to be her husband so badly. And I thought that could fix anything.
You think your relationship with her went wrong because God started intervening?
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, you kind of did.
That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
It's just like I have a history of, my happiness being ruined by some outside influence. It's like every time I have something good going on in my life or making some progress, there's always something that happens outside of my control. Like it stops me dead.
I'm sorry you believe that.
It's the truth.
Of course it is, you believe it. It must be a terrible fate to want happiness yet be afraid of it, to see it as an omen.
It's not like I wanted any of this to happen.
May I ask if there's anything good in your life that has happened outside of her? I mean, forgive me for being so forward, but I know there has been goodness in your life.
Like what?
I can't help but notice some books lying around with your name on the cover.
Oh. Yeah, those. I haven't written much lately.
Well, that's an enormous feat. You are aware of this, correct?
No one else seems to be. Can you imagine taking months, years even to wave at people and them never waving back, not even a smile? That's being a writer.
Pardon my language for a moment, but who the fuck cares about what seems to be?
Whoa, I see what you were saying earlier about swearing having an impact.
You wrote a book. You wrote more than one book. I'm assuming you sold copies.
Yeah, I did some signings.
My God, man, you have done something multiple times that some people spend their entire lives dreaming about doing. You should be immensely proud of yourself.
I guess I am.
Don't think you are. Know you are.
Did you just reference The Matrix again?
I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what The Matrix is?
Nope.
You'd love it. What does a disembodied voice get up to for leisure anyway?
I like Tetris.
Tetris.
What? Well, it's quite a pleasurable game. I find the Type 3 music very calming.
You're full of surprises. Come to think of it, you haven't fully explained yourself.
Do I need to? Also, how can I surprise you if you don't know anything about me? Am I not just defying your expectations of me instead?
You've got me there. But I could never have written any of those books without her.
But you started them without her. Is there a possibility that you don't give yourself enough credit for your accomplishments, and not enough responsibility when you fail?
How is this my fault?
This next part might be hard to hear. But did you ever consider that you weren't being denied happiness, but instead letting it get taken away?
Please, explain.
Who left whom? Come on. Did you leave her, or did...
She left me, alright? That make you happy?
No, it doesn't. Neither does asking this next question. Why did she leave you? Talk to me. Okay, I'm trying to help.
Well, you're not doing a very fucking good job of it, are you?
Because I'm not trying to influence your decision. It's been made, right? I'm trying to show you the facts in the hopes you choose differently. So let me ask another way. Why is she not here? What happened that was so terrible that you don't want to live anymore?
I could see it happening. All of it. It was like I was watching a movie of us. It's one thing to be in a downward spiral, but to know it's happening and not act accordingly. I had so much to lose and I did nothing. It's almost like I was watching two strangers.
What did you see?
I saw her come back home day after day and not be smiled at. Feel like she couldn't do anything to make me happy when she was the only one holding me up. I used to shower her with love and affection. She used to say to me that she felt relieved. She could finally be herself around me. That she could breathe. I know it's not your favourite detail, but remember when I told you that I lost my virginity to her? There was this thing she asked me that broke my heart. She asked me if I could tell her that I loved her when we made love. And I knew it would happen eventually, and she knew I loved her, but she just never had that love repeated to her verbally. And so I told myself that if I would only ever do one thing 100% right in my life, I would make sure that she felt loved, always. And I fucked it up. Fucked it up. All because I was too scared and depressed from all the stress of losing the one good thing in my life. And when I felt that way,
You walled her off.
I let her slip away. All because I relied on her too much to make me happy. When
It's okay.
When it wasn't her responsibility at all. Worse, she believed it was.
So it became true.
I never wanted anything to harm her, least of all myself. It got to the point where I was obsessing over everything she was doing and exactly how long she was taking to do anything. I was stress testing the bridge on the loose boards, and I told myself it was because I wanted her to be safe. But in reality, if there was any hurt coming, I just wanted to get it over and done with.
And prove you were right. That bad things happen when you're happy.
She made me so happy, and I let her forget that. I forgot that.
How did she react?
The timid girl that thought she wasn't deserving of love realized that she was. And that the first place it should come from wasn't me. It was from herself. She'd outgrown me. And realized we were hurting each other. And we loved each other too much for that to happen. So she had to be free. And take responsibility for her own happiness. And then maybe I could I let her go. What kind of person would I be if I asked her to stay?
Well, how much of this did you say to her?
I told her I couldn't make it without her. I asked her to reconsider. And when she told me she loved me, I got angry.
She still does. In fact, all these people you push away love you too.
I know. I don't deserve them. I don't deserve her.
Do you believe that?
I wish I'd told her I was proud of her. I think I was jealous of her emotional progress. Maybe I wondered how she got so far while I stalled.
You can still tell her. All of this, there's still time. This world needs more love than fear. It needs you two, be it as a singularity or as two entities. But the fact of the matter is you two were meant to happen to each other.
You really believe that?
I believe it, yes. All of this, everything, happens because it's the only thing that can happen. Ultimately, the only thing you're responsible for is yourself. That doesn't mean you can't share what you get. It means you are in charge of what you allow to be given and taken, both good and bad. You are capable of happiness and worthy of love, good sir.
Are you saying I'm my own god?
I'm saying that out of all the things you or any of us can write, your own dogma should be one of them. You are responsible for your own happiness. You can't share from your cup unless you keep it filled. Love, but be loved too.
You're saying she'll want me back?
How should I know? I'm just a voice. I'm only here to be heard. I know you're tired, so I'll ask one last question and be done. Do you need that silly thing anymore?
I never approached the edge of the cliff wanting to fall. I just wanted to feel weightless.
But the weightlessness is fleeting and ends quickly. It's false, it's not flying.
Never believed it was. Just wanted to try. Hey. I've been thinking a lot about the last time we spoke. About everything, really. I want to apologize for hurting you when you didn't deserve it. And I just want to say I'm so fucking proud of you. For being brave enough to know that your cup wasn't full enough to keep both of us going. And I'm sorry I relied on your happiness to keep me going. I'm off to Mums and Dad's to see them for a change. I'd like a chance to talk things over. End things on better terms if that's what you still want. And maybe you're not comfortable doing that right now. Or ever. And that's okay. Whatever you decide, I'm still your friend. Always will be. I never should have said that I couldn't be before. I can, and I am. Always will be. I love you. And I'm sorry I couldn't love myself too.
Hey, good for you. Just lay off the soda and burgers for a bit, though, okay?
I'm just waiting for the moment where you say, my work here is done.
And the angelic music starts playing.
At least hydrate more often.
Are you a god?
Now that's a planet-sized horse in front of a model cart.
But you haven't seen Brain Candy.
Afraid not. Any good?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh, so it's a comedy.
Yeah, it's It's about a cure for depression.
Sounds funny. Well, I have to stick around long enough to see it. See what happens after that.
I'd lend you a copy, but I assume you're more of a fan of streaming.
What's streaming?
You gotta be joking. Don't know what streaming is. You don't know Kids in the Hall or The Matrix.
Got to start making a list of things for you to do in between saving lives.
You hear one voice and you assume it's omnipotent.
But you have a Nintendo.
Of course, who doesn't?
Ooh. I know, we should start solving mysteries together.
That horse is getting larger by the second.
Hello? Hey, Mum. Yeah, no, he told me. No, it's okay. I'll come over. Yeah, my plans changed. I just got to do something first. I'll get something at the takeout on the way home, you know, just to make up for it. Yeah. Just text me what you and Dad want, and I'll get it on the way. Yeah, no, for sure. I love you too. Bye.
My heart grew few today and took off down the road. The nest of bones that was her home bear echoes of what flowed. My heart was once blinded to the beauty of herself, too afraid of breaking when pulled down from the shelf. My heart grew with every pulse and filled me up with life. But in time, she couldn't move, and out had come the knife. I had to cut my heart away so it could beat once more. The place she called her home left with an open door. My heart is gone and off to find another place to grow. Perhaps an arm, and then a hand, and then a wave she'll show.